Today is Tuesday, November 29th. The year is 2022. It's evening time. If you hear that pitter patter on the window, that's the point. It's pouring down raining outside. I just got through cleaning up the kitchen. I cooked dinner tonight. I did spaghetti and meatballs and string beans. And it actually came out pretty good because I went to the gym and worked out, and I came here. And I was tired of eating out. I eat out too often. I said, let me pick up something to eat for dinner tonight. And I went by Kroger's and picked up some stuff and cooked dinner. And then I cleaned up the kitchen and, clean up behind these dogs. Good Lord. I mean, now I have a cordless vacuum cleaner, so it makes it a little bit easier for me to grab it up and vacuum real quick. It's a really nice cordless vacuum cleaner, too. It's a Dyson. Worth the money. So now I can grab that vacuum cleaner and off the little charging thing and vacuum it up so fast and put it back and let it, but you need to keep it charged. You know what? I am not a God-fearing Christian, y'all. I'm just not. I thought about the video I did this morning about the poverty in Atlanta. And growing up in a religious household around religious family members and friends and the poverty they all lived in and the mindset that God and Jesus is going to fix this problem. Well, I'm here to tell y'all, that motherfucker ain't fixing shit. So you look at people sitting around here waiting. My mother was constantly praying and waiting on God and Jesus. And I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. The first house I purchased, I ended up giving the house to my family because I moved out of it. And I didn't want to live in Stone Mountain no more, so I said, y'all rent it. It was a disaster because they were waiting on God and Jesus to pay those bills. And by that time, I had moved on to other real estate. And I realized, I began to realize that my mother's faith was destructive. Because she wouldn't do anything but sit around and pray and wait for God and Jesus. My mother was never financially able to get on her feet after she divorced my father. It wasn't until I just made the decision, okay, I'm going to have to swoop in here and I bought I had to buy a car, pay the mortgage, pay the credit card. I had to pay everything. For years I've done this. I don't mind doing it. But I've noticed I would go over to the house, my mother have all these Bible scriptures written all over the damn place, and just cluttering up, taped to all the walls. I'm like, what is this mess? There'd be a pile of bills on the counter. I'm like, what? And my mother would always come to me when bills were like close to being disconnected, and I don't like living like that. If I'm going to pay your bills, bring them to me in a timely manner so we don't have to be rushing to get this shit done because they're about to disconnect this shit out in about five minutes, or it's already disconnected. So I just had to just kind of take over her finances and put everything on auto draft. It's been like this for years, y'all. Years. And eventually my mother we sold that house that she was living in, and she ended up moving in with my sister. I regret selling that house. So that was the dumbest decision ever. We should have kept that house. But anyway, she moved in. My sister brought a new house. She moved in there with her, and then my sister took on this responsibility. And I would have to somehow help my sister with all kinds of stuff over there. It was ridiculous. My mother's faith has been very destructive to everything and everyone around her, but it's not just my mother. I've met so many religious people whose lives are in disarray, whose lives are still destructive and tore up, and everything's and fucked up and just in disarray. And they waiting on God and Jesus to show up and fix this shit. How can you all listen to me clearly? I'm not waiting for God, Jesus, some mysterious angel, or whoever to swoop in here and take care and fix any damn thing for me. I'm not waiting for that bullshit, because I know it's never going to happen. If I'm going to keep these lights on, I get to pay Georgia Power, which means I get to go out and earn the income to pay Georgia Power on time every month. It's automatically drafted out my checking account. I put all my bills on auto draft. That's not necessarily a good thing because you be losing your bank account. You know when you have your utilities on auto draft, you don't really pay attention to the email they send you before they swooping in and get that money. You be like, okay, what if this $1,000 just came out of my bank account? What is this? And you look it up and you say, oh, that's Georgia Power. Them motherfuckers got my ass. And I saw some pretty hefty utility bills come rolling through my bank account this summer. Things didn't be under control now. Now I go first of the month to go look. I at least go check. I log into Georgia Power and look and say, okay, what is this shit? Make sure this shit ain't right. Just make sure it is right. But I'm not a God-fearing Christian, y'all. It's raining outside right now, and I know God ain't got shit to do with this rain falling on this house. These fake, false, dumb, fake-ass religions that you all chase behind, it is astounding to me. I'm not waiting for no miracle to happen over here, because it's not going to happen. I don't get up off my ass and go earn some money. It ain't gonna happen, y'all. I'll be sitting over here in darkness, freezing cold, utilities off. Here's the funny part. I have a lot of friends who go to church every Sunday. Every Sunday they're in church. Every Sunday. I should have made me a taller glass. But every Sunday they're in this church. Every Sunday. They always hit me up trying to borrow some money. Walter, can I borrow $500? Walter, can I borrow $1,000? Walter, I got this bill over here that's due. Walter, I got this. And I always say, see, y'all, let me tell you something. I don't loan money no more. I stopped that a long time ago because you never get your money back. Ever. Never, ever. So you got these dumbass motherfuckers who screaming at Jesus. They believe in church every Sunday. They so religious and all this shit. They can't pay their fucking bills. So then they hit me up and I always say, well, why don't you just pray about it? Hang up the phone for me, start asking me to borrow his money, and then go pray about it. Ask him to pay that Georgia Power bill, or your past due rent, or car payment, or whatever that you need to pay, like right now, because there's a disaster about to happen. I don't know anybody I could pick up the phone and call and say, pay anything for me. I don't know a soul. I don't know nobody. I don't know nobody. I don't know anybody that I can pick up the phone and say, can you wire me $1,000? I don't know anybody. I've never ever went out and asked anybody for that. I mean, I'm not going to. I know nobody I can ask any damn well, imaginary friend. You know, there's nobody I can call. No family members, no friends, nobody. Nobody can help me over here, so I'm not going to wait for no miracle. It's just me, myself, and I. That's it. Of course, Earl's here, and he helps pay the bills and stuff over here. But in an emergency, you know, I don't even know if I can go to him and say, I'm sure he has some money over there in case of emergency, but I've never asked him. I never had to ask him. Yeah, I'm not sitting around here waiting for no miracle to happen. I never have been the type of person to wait and pray. God's going to provide and Jesus going to do this. And no. Because I've seen too much disaster happen with my mother, my family, and my friends, and that fake religious bullshit. When you look at Black America, y'all, and there's a crisis going on in Black America. It is a horrible crisis going on. There's so many families, kids being born into Black America, and it is a horrible situation for these kids. I feel sorry for a lot of these children. Because their parents, they can't provide. They can't provide when they end up having sex, getting them pregnant. They can't provide. They barely got a roof over their head then. They really living from pillar to post, from paycheck to paycheck is an understatement. And they bring these children into this world, and they could offer them nothing but prayer. I'll go on people's Facebook pages and Instagram pages, and I'll be looking at this stuff, and I'm God-fearing Christian, y'all. I'm not one of them motherfuckers, honey. Nothing. What is it to fear? Because he don't exist. So I don't have any fear. But I do have a fear that Georgia Power will shut this electricity off. That is the higher power, Georgia Power. At least here in Georgia, I don't know what utility company y'all got in various states and cities you live in. But here in Georgia, we have a company called Georgia Power. And if you don't pay Georgia Power's utility bills, you will be without power. That's the higher power in this state. Georgia Power. Atlanta Gas Light Rail, we call SCANA. I'm not sitting around waiting for no miracle to happen, because I know it's never going to happen. I get up every day, I take my time, I get dressed, I drive slow and careful, because if I wreck that vehicle out there, if I flip one of them cars over, if I have a wreck out there on that highway, my black ass going to be doomed. So I don't be ripping and running across town, speeding at 100 miles per hour to go no damn place when I'm just going to the gym. I can get there whenever I get to. And when people have to speed around me, I scoot on over to the side and let them race on around me to whatever crash up the road. It's funny. Have you ever had somebody speed up on you and run around you, and then you get up the road a little bit and they didn't crash into a ditch? And you just politely go around their asses and keep right on going. You don't stop to say, oh, they in that ditch over there. I don't. I say, okay, I keep right on moving. I've had that happen so many times. I've seen them cars flip. I've seen cars flip over, wreck, all kinds of shit. I go right around the debris in the street and lightly tiptoe through there and go on about my business. Ain't got shit to do with me. I'm not going to park my car. Were you okay? No, you just sped by me at 100 miles per hour. Figure it out on your own. I'm not no angel coming to rescue your black ass, white ass, or Hispanic ass, whatever the fuck that's happening out there. You on your fucking own. I'm going right on about my damn business. I know it's terrible, ain't it? But I don't give a fuck. I'm going on about my business. And that's how I do with life. I got all these friends around me having all types of financial wrecks and all types of shit going on, all kinds of stuff. I go on about my business. I politely tiptoe around their bullshit and keep it moving. Because they really, they really do think that some miracle is going to happen. And I'm not waiting on a miracle, because it would never happen. So I got to keep my ducks in a row here. I got to make sure I have XYZ in my bank account so I can pay XYZ bills. So I can take care of this and sit here in this chair and make these videos. That's why I do these damn videos. If I wasn't making money doing these videos, y'all wouldn't know my black ass. I'd be someplace else making some damn money. It's funny. I went into a grocery store today, Kroger's, and I walked in and I saw somebody I knew at the cash register. Now, I've known this man for years. I know he makes good money, and I'm thinking, was he the store manager? I'm like, it's kind of weird. I said, oh, he must be the manager over here at Kroger's. So anyway, I did my little grocery shop, and I made sure I got in his line. So he told me, he's like, hey. And we talked and everything. He's like, man, I just got me a little part-time job just to pay some bills here. I said, oh, okay. Now, I know this man got some hefty bills because he lives an expensive lifestyle because he has a really good paying job. So in IT, he does something. I know what he's doing. But he was humble enough to be a cash at working part-time at Kroger's, ringing up the food items. He rang me on up. He was like, man, I need a little extra money. I said, I get it. We all need a little extra money. He's not waiting on a miracle to happen. He willing to run on up in Kroger and scan them groceries and get on about his business. But some people's pride will not allow them to do that. Oh boy. So I work out with guys who are in fitness. They in the gym, they work out every day from sun up to sundown. They fitness, they broke it in a motherfucker. I say, why don't you train somebody? Make a little extra money just doing some personal training on the side. I don't know. I ain't doing that. I don't want to train nobody. Their pride is just too much. You won't train. I'll train somebody. I don't hit me up, y'all. I don't have time to do any personal training at this point in my life. But if I needed to, I would. Now, these people, they broke. They financially struggling. They know what to do in the gym, but their pride is so great it won't allow them to make a few extra dollars just doing personal training. And you're already there. What is it charge somebody 50, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever people pay per hour? You can make a little extra money. But you're waiting on God. God gonna bless me. My God, Jesus gonna take care of it. When I hear these religious people talk, I just want to throw the fuck up. I say, okay, here we go with this bullshit. This one guy was in the gym working out right. He came right up to me and talked blah, blah, blah. I just want to invite you to my church. I'm like, I don't want to go. I said, dude, I'm atheist. I have no reason to go to anybody's church. I said, do y'all have like a breakfast? Y'all back in the 80s make these pancakes at these churches. I said, y'all having some fun, a buffet at their church or something, or entertainment or something? I said, I don't have to go to nobody's church. I'm atheist. And I'd be, he's like, what? He was in total shock. Because I was like, I can't believe this. And we sit there talking to him, and I said, I don't deal with that mess. Now, this individual that came up to me at that gym, driving the raggediest car out there in the parking lot. I've seen people having to give him jump starts. I mean, we all had a raggedy car. I'm not gonna lie, I've had raggedy cars too. If I had little putts, I was getting around, this shit. I was driving, I was happy though. I'm getting on down the road. we all been down that path. But this individual has, on numerous occasions, asked me to loan him for whatever, and I can tell him I don't loan money. He invites me to his church. Because he's very religious. I always quote Bible scripture. In the gym, I'm like, oh, this man gets on my fucking nerve. Here you come. So when he invites me to try to tell him, look, I'm atheist. I ain't got time for that nonsense. He has avoided me ever since. I said, oh, fine, I got rid of that. He seen me go the other way. I was all good. I might just start telling more people, I'm atheist. I am not a God-fearing Christian, so you can leave me the fuck alone. Go about your damn business. Go on back to praying to Jesus while you waiting for him to help you replace them bald tires on that car out there. My tires are new over here. And if I need another... In fact, when I moved in this house, I have a Jeep. I never drive it. But at the time I purchased that Jeep, I had the dealership put a lift on the Jeep, put these big wheels on there, and they gave me back the original brand new tires. I've been lugging them around, like brand new tires. In the event I need a tire, I got a full 5 brand new tires sitting right down there in my storage area in this house. Brand new. I can take one and puck it on that damn truck, take all them tires off there. I had this Jeep parked out there. I said, let me drive this thing down the road for the past few days because no kidding, the Jeep has barely 1,000 miles on it. I've had it for a year and a half. It's got about 800 and some miles on it. That's it. And that's it. It's just sitting there like a rock. Luckily, that payment cheap. 1.9% interest rate. It's a couple $100 a month. I said, okay, it's cheap. Let me keep this car. I guess some shit go around over here. I'm not waiting for nobody to take care of me. I'm not sitting around waiting for some fake Jesus and God to swoop in here and do anything for me. But I got so many family and friends who do. They're waiting in vain for a miracle to happen. That ain't never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. I had a friend who was dealing with cancer. Wouldn't do the chemotherapy because it was so much confusion with this individual, y'all. It broke my heart. And I couldn't really convince this person because they didn't want to hear nothing I had to say because they waited on God and Jesus. And here's the crazy part. This is what broke my heart the worst. This fool was going through cancer, needing to go to chemotherapy. But instead, him and his family decided they're going to lean on God and we're going to pray on this and we're going to pray. They having prayer sessions, all this stuff. But didn't anybody ever wake up and say, let him go through his chemo, do that chemo? Wouldn't that have made the most sense? Wouldn't it? And when he died, I was just like, okay, this could have been avoided. You found out you had cancer. You have cancer. You don't go get treatment for whatever reasons. But you decide you just go and pray about it. And your crazy family members running around here praying over you as you lay there and die. But nobody wants to take care of the treatment that can resolve the cancer. Shocking to me. I said, okay, this is the most dumbest. But I've learned, like I said, Ain't got nothing to do with me. Although it breaks my heart to see this happening. It just don't have nothing to do with me. So I go on about my business. That's the decision y'all have made. You've made this decision and you're waiting for Jesus and God to show up and y'all gonna pray about it. Instead of getting your ass on over to your doctor's office and take care of the treatment that might could save your life. I don't get it. No, y'all, I am not a God-fearing Christian over here. I'm not waiting for God or Jesus or an angel or some miracle to happen. I'm not waiting for it because I know it's never going to happen. I get up off my ass and take care. If I have to go to a doctor, I get up and go. I get in this car. I don't be sitting around here. I deal with high blood pressure. I go frequently to my doctors to get my blood pressure medication, get my blood pressure checked. I check it myself upstairs at the little machine I have. I make sure my blood pressure is fine on a regular basis. Do I have a choice? I'm not sitting here waiting and praying for Jesus to come and make my blood pressure normal. Jesus is going to take care of it. No, I make sure I eat right. I avoid salty foods. Anything I know that the doctors have told me to do to keep my blood pressure low, I follow their advice. Because I know ain't no miracle going to happen. I know I do my cardio, I exercise, I stay in shape. I make sure I don't eat salty foods and fattening foods and pork and all this. Anything they tell me to avoid, I avoid it. Because I know I only got one life. And I know it ain't no God, no Jesus, nobody gonna swoop in here and save my ass but my damn self. You all are welcome to believe what you're gonna believe in. That's fine. I'm just talking about me right now and what I don't believe in. No, I am not a God-fearing Christian. I don't have time to fear something that don't exist. But anyway, this is a short little video to get that off my chest. The rain is subsiding now. Today is Tuesday. It is November the 29th. The year is 2022. It's 10:30 p.m. at nighttime. I'm about to go up here and take my little blood pressure medicine, take my medications, and I'm going to have to lock these dogs up. Because I was going to tell you, I just took them outdoors. Now it's raining out there, they're going to be locked up. I wish I could take them out one more time before, but I don't think that's going to happen. Not tonight. Throw their heads in cages and everything. Oh, Lord, I might have to stick them in them damn cages. But anyway, today is Tuesday, November 29th, the year is 2022. I'm out of here, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good night.